Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Sage 2023 Showcase. This time we have the game HYPERLIGHT. The description reads, blast through 2 fast-paced stages and 1 boss fight in the first demo of HYPERLIGHT. Or HYPERLIGHT, rather. I guess I will hyper-fight when I get to the boss, though. The gameplay is a new take on boost-style gameplay like found in the modern Sonic games. It combines responsive controls and blistering speeds. Test your skill and use all your abilities at your disposal to beat the demo in record time. I will not beat this in record time. I am not that fast, but I did think this game looked pretty slick. Has an interesting 3D style, which you can kind of gather from just the title screen. Like, what are we looking at here? Are these like multiple spires? Is this an endless city of towers hidden and shrouded in the fog at sunrise? I don't know, maybe. It's a pretty cool visual to put in my brain, though. Controller support is only for main stages, not menus. Okay, fair enough. So there is controller support on this. Good to know. But yeah, so let's check this one out. Of course, before we begin, if you like the video, do think about giving it a like. If you haven't subscribed yet, think about doing that as well. But if you really want to help out, think about coming over to Twitch. Trying to reach partner over here, but of course we need more viewers to do that. Viewership has been a little bit lower today. That's all right. But yeah, think about coming by because you can always help with that. Every single one of you that are listening to this message, you can help if you want. You don't have to, of course. I don't blame you if you don't have time or don't want to. But it's always helpful to have people around, even if they don't want to talk. That's totally fine. So think about it if you want to, because it's something I appreciate. We also have a pretty cool Discord community if you want to check that out. I got a coffee link if you want to help directly monetize my content, and I have a merch store if you want to buy some cool merch. Links are all in the description. You can check them out if you feel like it. So let's go ahead and see what these 3 stages are like. I guess I use the menu to start, and then I controller to play, I guess. All right. Well, here I am. Hello, I am Space Humanoid Lizard. How are you doing today? You could tell I am a space lizard because I have a space visor. You could tell I am a lizard because I have a tail. And you could tell I'm a humanoid because I have bootsies. The bootsies are very important. Alright, what's going on in this stage? Let's see. Also a change reference. Giant spire. Well, look at that. There's like, I think I was right. I think that is a city over there. There's just like one super tall building. Alright. Immediately I'm noticing a problem. I'll see if I can fix it. It's got, so I think it's got, non-inverted. So here's a funny thing. On a controller, I don't like it when the camera is either inverted or not inverted, but I never remember which one I like and which one I hate. It's the one where if I press up, the camera looks up. I don't know if that's inverted or uninverted. I'm not really sure. I can't remember. I never remember the right term for it. But I like the one where if I press up, I look up. Alright, I think we're... Okay, wait! It's not saving! Hold on, is there a button to hit save? Let's see. Am I missing something here? Invert camera, I guess? Yes. I'm going to click it multiple times. Just make sure it understands. And then I guess I'll hit... Oh, A to activate timer, B activate... Okay. That's not important to me. I don't think it saves my settings. Because, yeah, I'm looking at the grass when I press up, so... Yeah, actually, wait, is up to look up and down to look down, is that inverted camera, or is that, like, not inverted camera? Do you guys know the official term for this? Because I've always been very confused. Okay, I think if this... Okay, I'm going to hit no repeatedly, and if I still have the camera messed up, I'll just live with it, I guess. But that's a bad sign off the bat. Hey, developer, the menu settings don't seem to save them. Like, the camera... Yeah, okay. Yeah, the camera inversion does not save. I think the reason it doesn't is that, unfortunately... This might be a Unity thing. I'm not sure if this is made in Unity. Actually, let me look at the folder real fast. HYPERLIGHT data, boot config, level 5, shared assets, .assets. Yeah, this is Unity. So this is a Unity game. So here's one thing. I'm going to teach the developer something really important here. So if you have a menu that lets you select the settings such as like, oh, mouse sensitivity or graphic settings or inversion or whatever, sometimes that stuff won't save when the player actually enters the game because the menu is one level and the game is another level. So when the player transitions levels, those settings, if they're not set up correctly, do not save and will go back to defaults because you just loaded from the menu level to the game level. So that's usually the reason, at least in Unity, why settings don't save properly. I've run into this problem myself with like graphical options and stuff in Unity games, where every single time I load a new level, I have to reset the options because the developer didn't have those options persist between map loads, basically. It's a very noob mistake, but it's an understandable one. So yeah, developer, invert camera doesn't seem to save. So don't mind me if I struggle with the camera, but I'll probably get used to it. But ooh. Left button to dash. Okay, yeah, I learned that a little too. I think my tutorial message could have popped up slightly faster. I had to think about that. Okay. Alright, I get it, though. LB click when floaters maxed out the hyperdash. Okay. Hey, does anybody else feel like, the game's really dark for no reason? I kind of feel like the game's really dark for no reason. Like, it just feels like, you know what it feels like, actually? Again, going back to programming going back to programming information, programming knowledge, it kind of feels like this level, it feels like the developer should have probably placed some actor lights around, but they didn't. And if you don't know what I mean by that, and if I'm using the term correctly, an actor light is basically just, it's an actor object that's invisible, it just creates a light source, you can just put it up in the sky above an area of the level, get some light down, or actually, you know what, like a giant actor light that just illuminates the entire environment. That also seems like it might be lacking. Kind of feels like there's just no actor lights, so we're just working off of like default kind of lighting. The movement speed effects seem pretty good, like the little particle effects. I can store energy in the air by holding RB, and I guess that means when I land I release it? I'm not really sure. Control's fine, aside for the invert camera confusing me. Also, hey there, Essler. Hello there, pretty lizard. How you doing? I see that Cha. I know what mood he's in and form. That is clearly a Charmeleon sound. I think you like being called pretty. Though I guess a better term would be, I guess, handsome. Because did you guys know Essler's sheep form is kind of just soft, but his Charmeleon form is actually kind of like fit and athletic. Kind of got that handsome vibe, really. Press and hold the jump button while moving to wall climb. What the hell am I doing? Hold the button. Okay. Looks like I need speed. I cannot gather speed while... Okay, so I need to gather speed, then wall climb. Okay. Oh, this wall climbing, man. Not sure about it. Strong lizard. Yay. What the fuck am I doing? Okay. New plan. I like how the wall climb mechanic is done in these like tower sections, which have open air. Like, it'd be great if these towers were just enclosed. Okay, maybe I can wall climb on this wall. No, no. So it expects me to wall climb here, but the wall climb's extremely awkward. So excuse me, I'm going to go exploit the game. I'll be right back. If I don't like the wall climb, there's got to be an unintended way to get up there. Oh, wait, there's an invisible wall! Oh, I can't break out of bounds then. That might mess up everything. Discover what was behind all the floof when Lizard instead. Yeah, because Essler never lets himself be sheared. Even though it's healthy to shear sheep, he is a sheep that never wants to be sheared. He is against shearing. He's anti-shearing, you could say. Except this way. So yeah, it's expecting me to use my... It's expecting me to wall jump up these towers. However, the wall jump sucks. Basically, to explain this mechanically, the wall jump does not let me maintain momentum by jumping. I have to bring momentum into the wall jump. I lose momentum while wall jumping. So the only way to keep the momentum up while wall jumping is to have lots of it before I even start wall jumping. Wait, hold on. Do I actually... Oh, motherfucker! I thought you wanted me to wall jump... It literally gave me the tutorial in that one last tower, so I thought it wanted me to wall jump up the tower. Okay, this looks a little more manageable. What we got here? Motherfucker, why'd you give me a tutorial in a place where I literally couldn't do it? Oh, wait, no. I still can't do it there very easily. Oh, God, this wall climb. Okay, so I want to put this into perspective for you guys. This is a momentum-based speedrunner game, right? So if you have a momentum-based speedrunner game, you want the controls as tight as possible, right? I think I pulled it off that time. There we go, I guess. So that wall climb, I'm just going to say it right now. I'm not a speedrunner, but I can definitely say this. I don't think speedrunners would enjoy this game because that wall climb fucking sucks. It's jank and unreliable. Not what a speedrunner would enjoy using. Because the thing about a speedrunning game is, typically speaking, if you're good with the controls, they will do what you want them to do. I cannot say that... What the fuck is my momentum? I cannot say that about this wall climb ability. The wall climb ability is way too unpredictable for a speedrunner to appreciate it. Give me multiple attempts before I get enough momentum to get up this wall. Excuse me. There we go. That wall's at a weird angle, too, so you gotta make sure you do it right. Yeah, you know, actually, I've noticed something, by the way. Speedrunning has become more and more popular. You guys know I'm not really much of a speedrunner. I will occasionally speedrun a level in a game if I really enjoy the game. I have done it a few times, but generally speaking, I'm not a big fan of speedrunning. But I also am, like, to each their own. I understand the appeal. Especially when a lot of games do have good speedrunner levels. A lot of games have been focused on being speedrunner games. We've seen influx in them. And that's fine, I have no problem with that. But I will say this. It's not a bad idea to have speedrunning games, but here's the thing. If you want to make a speedrunning game, that's a big ask. You gotta know exactly how to design your physics, controls, etc. You can't just get away with sloppy shit if you're trying to make a game where people are trying to get best times. You know? Like, I may not be a speedrunner, but I understand the mentality of speedrunning, right? And I don't think one would enjoy speedrunning a super janky game unless it's like a self-imposed challenge. Like, lol, can I beat this game that practically doesn't control well at all? Can I do it? Am I good enough to, like, get a good time on this? Like, I don't feel like a lot of people would enjoy that besides a self-imposed challenge, though. So... yeah, I think this game definitely misses the mark because this is not fun to control, and I think that's really important for a speedrunner game to have good controls. Oh fuck! Also, the invisible walls, guys. Did you notice that invisible wall? I just like enjoyed running across. Oh come on. Okay. I just did a weird propellant. Alright, that's fine, I guess. And what's up with the invisible walls? Like, seriously. You like seeing speedruns for games you like? That makes sense, because you understand the game, and you're like, oh, I wonder how they're going to do this. This is horrible, by the way. What I am doing is not fun. It is kind of shitty, actually. It does seem like I can get even more speed if I do it right, but I don't know if more speed will solve my problem here. It's maybe could. But, like, clearly what I'm supposed to do here is, like, dash off and then jump. But it's, like, it's really... okay, so you have to jump before you leave the platform, or you just smack your face against the wall below. and, you know, do nothing of value. Bear with me. I'm going to be, like, really conservative here. Just give me a second. Okay. Yeah, if you don't jump at just the right time, you're falling. For all of these jumps. Now that I understand that, I can do it a little easier. It is really easy to miss the jump, though. Okay. I made it to the world's hardest to get to city. Population, the 3 people insane enough to do those jumps. Hello. Oh, shit. Well, that's rude. Don't do that. Ow. Can I fight? The game never made it clear if I could fight. Maybe I just have to run away. Wait, I think I have an attack. Hold on. I don't think it's an attack. What a clear sound effect for their laser. Just bum bum. Alright, now I'm in the city. This is escape to the city, apparently. Alright. Oh. SRTC service begins at 8 a.m. Am I early? Meow. 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 Alright, let's see. I'm trying to see if there's a pattern. This is just left, right, left, right. I can build that. Do 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 do. I mean, this is the most dangerous thing I can do, so I assume it's correct. Like, going down a speeding subway tunnel. That seems like the right course of action if it is very dangerous. So here you want to know the really okay, so I can describe how the wall jumping is really bullshit to you guys. You want to know why it sucks so much? This is why it sucks. To wall jump to the best of your capabilities, you need to jump right before you fall off the platform. Like, you need to jump while you're still on the platform. If you end up in midair before you jump, you will fall. But if you jump way too early, then you will have really shitty momentum for the wall climb. So if you want to properly wall climb, you jump at the very edge of a platform. Which, by the way, given how your speed boost works, is really hard to time, I'd like to note. Because if you fuck it up at least a little bit, you're flying off the ledge, you're in midair by the time you hit the jump button, and you're falling. So you need to jump at the edge of the platform as much as possible, but also try to time the edge of the platform. The edge of the platform is something you reach in like milliseconds. All right, so it kind of fucking sucks. Also, here's a core guardian. Ow. X or shift to attack the enemy. The faster you move, the more damage you deal. Okay. Ow. Ow. Did that guy get fly? Did I knock that guy back and then he just like recentered? Okay. I'm just gonna like stabs out with the controls. Okay, I died. What is my health bar, by the way? Oh, I see it. Recharges over time. I guess. And my health bar recharges, I can take like one hit. And then I need to recharge. And if I don't move really fast, he'll shoot me. He's really good at aiming. This camera blows. Okay, so we have a speedrunner. Okay, so the developer made a speedrunner type game where the controls are not precise enough for the speedrunning. for the speed. And the camera can't keep up with the character when you really start to go fast. Which I'm forced to do in this fight if I don't want to get shot. Did I win? Cool. So this is what we're after. Thanks for keeping the security system occupied. I don't know what accent I'm going for. It makes my life easier. Bostonian, I don't know. Bostonian space lizard. Sounds like a Sonic game, but like less controllable though. Okay. Downpour chase. Who's chasing? I don't see anybody chasing. Or am I chasing the person who took the thing for me? I mean, the game's aesthetic, visual aesthetic is interesting. I'm kind of wondering, like, what is this city doing, you know? The fuck? Where did I end up? I'm sorry, I was just curious. I was like, what's this? Oh, okay. The answer is a soft lock. To be fair, I totally, like, forced myself into that soft lock, but still. Don't worry, I have a secret plan. You see, we're on a time limit, as you can see there, so I probably will be fine in 20 seconds. Let's not forget the lack of drop shot. Actually, that's another thing. Good point, Silver. This game has literally no... This game has, like, no shading and no lighting. Which, the lack of light makes everything really annoyingly dark. And the lack of shading means that we don't have drop shadows, which this game kind of needs. Okay. So I'm running really fast. I guess I have 1 minute 22 seconds, it looks like, to go somewhere. I'm gonna guess in this general direction I am pressing, but I don't really know, actually. Okay. Ow. I'm going to fall. No? Yes, also, I'm pretty sure there's probably a more elegant strategy than just spamming the boost button, but I'm just going to be spamming the boost button. Sorry if you want something more fancy. I almost got on top of the roof. I wonder if that would save me time. I'm definitely taking the correct path here. So, guys, did I do this section pretty well? Would you say that I didn't really make any major mistakes or anything? Do you guys think that I did this section pretty solidly? Because I'm out of time. I'm out of time, apparently. Okay, I think I see how the flow energy works. I guess I can get a little bit more momentum if I do actually time when I'm doing that sort of... Yeah, maybe if I don't actually... I hope that doesn't make me lose time overall. I'm wondering, actually. Basically, the flow energy is gained by not boosting. And if your flow energy is full, you get a lot of speed. That feels like a trade-off situation. But I'll try. No, actually, yeah, that's... Okay, that's building up pretty good. I see. If I can keep my momentum during... Like, the flow... If I'm not boosting, I can still keep up a fair amount of momentum if I do it right. I see. But, like, I hit a card, I lose. Wait, that's not even the end? I ran out of time again. What the actual hell, man? Like, I get it, right? Like, okay, I'm so confused by this. So, if the faster you move, the faster you build up flow energy. And then when flow energy is full, you can boost for a lot of speed. So the idea here is basically that if your flow energy is full, then it's easy to fill up on more flow energy. So you like want to drain the bar and then like let go, keep your momentum up, and then get flow energy again. Okay, here's another rule about speedrunning games that the developer needs to learn. Another thing about speedrunner games, you never force the player to be amazing at speedrunning to progress. You know? Also, hold on a second. This is literally impossible due to how the controls work, due to how the buttons are arranged. I need to actually take off my hand cast that I've been wearing. If I keep that on, I can't press this comfortably, so due to the button arrangement. Because the button is left button. I have to press left button for flow energy. And while also using the movement stick, that's hard with the cast on. So I have to take it off for this game for a minute. Because the cast basically lowers... So I'm not going to keep it off for long, don't worry, but... So it looks like little taps is actually what you should be doing to keep your flow energy high. It's like it lets you build it up faster. So little taps, then fill it up, drain the bar all the way. The bar doesn't fill unless you... Oh, I don't like that. The flow energy bar only refills when it's completely drained. So unless you completely drain the bar, it will not refill. But... Oh, that's really annoying. So you have to hold down the boost button until the bar is empty, and then you need to let go of the boost button at that exact moment. So you gotta like be watching the bar. Like I'm like trying to look between the screen and the bar to maximize when I need to let go of the button, because otherwise it's really hard to tell. Oh, that's really stupid. Holy shit! Why is it designed like this? It's forcing me to like look at the meter as much as possible just to optimize. Oh my god, okay. Basically, I have to, like, not look at the gameplay, which is really bad. I don't like that. I guess I can look at the gameplay, look when I stop having the blue lines, and then, obviously, I can boost then, but... You gonna be okay? I'm removing the limiter, basically, You know what actually would be better? No. Actually, no, that would be better. Hold on a minute. Let me double check something. Now that's what that does. So the triggers, I'm gonna put the boost button on the right trigger. It's gonna be far better for my hand. Give me a minute. Join a key. So I have to figure out what is the button on controller. Okay, so like, what is the boost button on? I'm doing keyboard to see what the boost button is. Fuck's this? I have a little spin dash. Okay. What is this? What button do you expect the player? Wait. Ah, left click. Okay. So if I put left click to my right trigger, this will be far more playable. Now that does turn the camera, but it's not really necessary. Okay. Okay. All right, I made a temporary profile. This should be functional. There we go. That feels way better because, like, I wanted you guys to picture this for a minute. Picture an Xbox controller in my case. Picture putting your thumb on the left analog stick. Picture putting your index finger on the left button. Now, unless you have really small hands, this position forces your hand into a claw position. You gotta curl up your fingers a little bit, because your thumb and your index finger are close enough together that you have to kind of do a little bit of a clamp positioning that isn't terribly comfortable. Now, it's fine if you're just pressing the left button here and there. Or for those of you that have a PS1 controller, PS controllers and such, imagine analog stick and L1. That's another way of putting it. Pressing L1 / the left button, that's fine here and there. But if you are pressing while also carefully adjusting your analog stick for your movement, after a while that hurts. Like, after a while that feels bad. So I have now moved it to the right trigger, which is going to be far more comfortable. Now the question is, can I even beat this? Oh, no, it's still oh, right. Okay, hold on. It's still going to turn the camera when I use that button. That's problematic. Hold on, let me think about this. Is there some way I could disable that input? Obviously, I could go back to menu. I think there was a key config there. But I bet you 1000% that if I go back to the menu, it doesn't save my progress and I gotta play the other levels again. This game kind of sucks, actually. I'm not trying to be rude, but it kind of does. Person made the game as back pedals, or a different idea for controller setup. I guess I could try... I do not like WASD with a 3D game, especially with precise movement. But on mouse and keyboard, boosting is left click, which is pretty easy. I might try the keyboard controls. Hold on a second. I'm going to put my cast back on. Okay. I will attempt the keyboard controls. It might be easier. Ah, fuck. By the way, this is so tight that I know that any mistake I make will cause me to lose. Because it looks like I have to run up that entire building and then I win. I like how this section ends with a really, really big wall climb where if I fuck it up, I guess I just lose. That's pretty cool. I'm glad that this ends with the most janky mechanic, aka wall climbing. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Okay. I may not finish this game. I'm gonna try though. So I'm gonna point out, I'm not a speedrunner, mind you, so I'd love to have the feedback of people who actually do speedrun on this. But I can point out multiple sins this game does when it comes to its speedrunning vision. Like, this game is designed for speedrunning. That's cool. However, if you're gonna do that, you gotta do it right. So there are three major sins I have seen. Sin number 1. The camera can't keep up with the speed despite you wanting the player to go fast. Sin number 2. The wall climbing is super jank. Despite the fact that it's kind of necessary. Sin number 3. Honestly, the flow energy. The way the meter works. You have to manage it just right. And I think that is poor design as well. Also, when going uphill, I just basically can't get speed. That sucks. And here's sin number 4. Even a game focused around speedrunners should probably not force the player to perform speedrunner feats to beat a level. It should be more about... By the way, yes, my movement sucks really bad when I am going off flow energy. I can't move left and right very easily. Also, jumping loses flow energy momentum, by the way. And this building is so fucking far away. How am I supposed to do this? I'm out of time. How do they expect the player to beat this? It's also technically only the second level. but the timer is ridiculous. You know what? Here, let me give you guys better context. I'm taking my head away. I'm gonna fucking disconnect my head for this motherfucking game, alright? Like, enjoy just like, the timer is a thing that's better in context, so here, just watch the timer. Also, yeah, mouse and keyboard doesn't feel much better, but it's easier to boost but harder to move. So you can now you can look at the timer. You can see how the timer works. All right. Wait, what? Did I get like some weird reset? What the hell happened there? Well, I'm a dead man walking at this point. Yeah, just humor me and take a look at the timer. I'm not trying to stop, by the way. The game stopped me there in itself. Sometimes I'm just jumping and hope I make a ledge. I'm legitimately trying to optimize. It's really hard, though, because the controls suck. And they suck even more when I'm going really fast because I can't turn. So this traffic becomes a legitimate obstacle. I have to, like, correct my movement or I will not make it around these vehicles. See? And if I performed perfectly, I'd make the building in like 10 seconds, and then I guess I have to run up it in 10 seconds. But it's so You see how far away the building is, though? I guess I'm supposed to get on the airship, but, like... This timer, though. What the fuck do they expect of me? What do they expect me to do differently? What do they expect more out of me? Trying to use the flow energy state to move as fast as possible is like the best thing you can do, so... Also, it feels like I hit this wall at exactly the moment where I'm trying to recharge flow and thus can't boost properly. No, I removed myself for context. I wanted you guys to be able to see the timer. Because I feel like the timer is a valuable thing to be observing in this situation. The wall jump being so inconsistent does not help. So yeah, the flow energy is a really awkward thing where I need to drain the meter to fill the meter. I gotta make sure I boost the, because the faster I move, the faster the meter fills. But if I use the meter early, then it'll fill faster. I'm doing the boost wrong. I know I'm doing it wrong. I'm doing a dumbass actually with that. It's partially my fault. But yeah, it's kind of a weird thing where, like, I need to be moving fast so the meter fills fast. So if the meter is not very full, I should probably be moving faster. Thus, I should drain some of the meter, but I shouldn't drain too much of the meter, because if I drain too much of the meter, then I won't get flow energy back quickly. And seeing that this time limit is super fucking strict, that's not good. And I need as much time as possible, so I need to make sure I jump after boosting, by the way. I'm messing that up a bit. Like, you can get a decent rhythm going of using the flow energy and then filling it again if the level of geometry doesn't stop you in some way. That's the key, by the way. Please go. Thank you. And going uphill is murder. I don't know how you're supposed to do this turn. I guess by cutting the corner like I just did. I think that's the only way I can logically see it being done. Also, you notice how sometimes I take airtime going up the ramps and sometimes I don't? That affects my time and speed as well. If I go airborne, I lose time because flow doesn't fill while you're in midair. So if I am airborne, then I will lose speed and that's just random. when it happens or not. So oh my god, did I fucking do it? Oh, and that's all I get for my efforts. What I get from my efforts is good work. Back to the title screen. That's the last level. So that time I hit 12 seconds. So it is doable. But man, that required a lot out of the player, I gotta say. By the way, if you're wondering why I had such a sudden time difference and succeeded, I can tell you why. It's because when I got to the highway section, I ran into nothing. I didn't bump a single object, which affected my time severely high. Like, the amount of difference that made on time was ridiculous. So yeah. It's something... This is difficult for me to review. Because I know this game wasn't meant for me, but I also know game design well enough to be able to comment on what I see, right? So, I understand, and I completely am looking at this game from the perspective of this is for speedrunners. And I can't see why speedrunners would be interested in this unless they want a self-masochistic challenge. I feel like that's the only reason a speedrunner would be interested in this game. Because, yeah, camera's not good for speedrunning. The wall climbing is horrendously jank. The level design even has invisible walls, which can affect your wall jumping. Sometimes I bump those and messed up my wall jumps. I don't think you can wall jump up the invisible walls. The visual design is not too great, actually, now that I think about it. We discussed how there's not really much lighting nor shadowing. We don't have drop shadows to see where we're going or landing. And the lighting does make it hard to see where you're going, especially when you're going super fast. Also, again, I do think it's a bit of a problem when a level requires you to speedrun to beat it. I feel like even in a speedrunning game, you don't really see that very often. Usually the speedrunning is for like extra goodies, extra medals, or just bragging rights. And if you aren't super awesome at speedrunning, you can still technically beat the speedrunning game. You just can't maybe master it, can't get all the medals, can't get all the rewards and such. So making it required to progress to be really good at, the speedrunning, it's also just really inaccessible, because even a speedrunning game, it's nice when a speedrunning game still has the accessibility to allow a more casual player to beat it. That's always a good thing. Even if you are focusing on the speedrunner community. Twitch app crashed for some reason. It did. That's weird. I wonder why it did that. Maybe your phone needs to be like newer. I don't know. A level should never demand a speedrunner's level precision to clear. Yes, exactly. But I had to optimize the movement so much, but also I was fighting the controls the whole time, guys. Turning left and right and stuff was so weird when going fast, and there's also little bits of geometry that could just bounce me into the air and fuck me over and stuff. I honestly, yeah, that was HYPERLIGHT. I understand what you're trying to do with this, Dev, but this isn't good. I'm sorry. I don't think this is enjoyable for a non-speedrunner like myself, but more importantly, I don't think this is going to be enjoyable for a speedrunner community either. You might get somebody doing a troll speedrun being like, lol, this game sucks, let me try to speedrun it anyways. There's people out there that like to do that. But as far as an actual serious speedrunning community, this game will not develop that with this level of jank. And here's the sad thing, right? I don't think this is a bad game. I think it became worse, though, given its focus. Again, like I said earlier, if you're going to make a speedrunning game, that's going to demand that you polish it more. It's going to demand that your precision, that your controls, that your mechanics, that your level design, that the whole package needs to be of a higher level of polish and quality if you're going to focus on, hey, I want to make something for speedrunners to play. Because to get the speedrunners involved, you need to have a competent game. A very competent game. And the sad truth is, if this was just more of a platformer, then this jank would probably be fine. The thing is, they've wanted to focus towards a hardcore community, but it's a flawed level of polish. Now, granted, of course, this is a demo, right? It's a demo. But I do think that there is some inherent core mechanical issues with this that, demo or not, I'm going to heavily critique, because I do think it's going in the wrong direction. I think if this game was just trying to be some sort of platformer with some speed mechanics and not trying to be super precise, then it wouldn't be so bad. And that might be actually what I would have just ended off saying. if it was just the first level and the boss level, because those levels didn't technically require speedrunning. They did require learning some jank mechanics, but I got through them eventually, right? But that second level after the boss, though, that really made everything fall apart for me. Because that is when the game was demanding, okay, now you must do this fast, right? So that demonstrates to me that the developer is slightly disconnected from the quality of their own game. They probably think it works better than it does if they designed a level like that. It kind of clues me in, you know, so to speak. Oh, look, time's the beat. Ah, a dev time. Time is for the entire demo. So the dev... Wait, entire... Are you saying you beat all 3 levels in 1 minute 50 seconds, developer? Is that what you're trying to say here? Well, of course, it would make sense that they would maybe know how to use their mechanics to the fullest because they developed the game. But that doesn't really give a lot to the player, unfortunately. Could you beat this in under 2 minutes? I'm like legitimately thinking about that. Novice time 3 minutes 25. And that is 3 minutes, mind you. Look at the colon. It's 3:25.00. So the dev is saying, and it says times are for the entire demo. So the dev is saying he beat the entirety of this demo in under 2 minutes. I feel like that would require some amount of glitching. Good night, Xerix. But even the novice time is beating all of that in 3 minutes 25 seconds. That sounds ridiculous too, and that's listed as a novice time. That's what the developer considers to be a novice speedrun. I can't weigh in too heavily here. I need a speedrunner to play this for me and give me their opinion, honestly. But I definitely feel like the dev has the wrong focus here. This screen makes it more clear to me. Like, dev, this game isn't as balanced or precise or predictable as you seem to think it is. I don't doubt that he got a dev time of 150, because if you know you're in the ins and outs of your game, you could do some crazy stuff. But I legitimately do not think that that would be achievable without some amount of, like, exploitation of something. Glitching through the level in some way, or glitching up the level in some way. Like, the first level was get up the plateau, beat the level, so maybe some way to glitch up the plateau and be like immediately. I don't know. But yeah, I'm not gonna like insult the dev or anything. I'm not trying to. I'm just explaining, like, I feel like this game has the wrong focus, and I feel like the dev has the wrong focus with the game based on what I've seen. So that was HYPERLIGHT. I kind of don't mind the aesthetic, and I'm kind of curious what the story is, but if it's going to be this hardcore focused, well, I just hope it polishes itself up so the people who actually like hardcore stuff can enjoy it. As it stands, I kind of feel like this is for nobody but the dev currently, right? I feel like the only person that would enjoy this is the dev, as it currently stands. But that was HYPERLIGHT.